Hello everyone. Today I'm going to walk through configuration packages out of Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central. This will be out of version 24.0. Using the global search, I'm going to search for configuration packages. And this page is also bookmarked to my role center, as you can see here. I have a couple different packages already created. However, you can create a new package by selecting new and giving it a unique code name that's up to 20 characters and a descriptive package name that's up to 50 characters, and then determining which tables within each package you like to have. I'm going to go ahead and select the vendor package that I've already created. So you'll see I have my code name, my descriptive package name, language ID for the United States is always going to be 1033. This is not a required field. But it does support additional international languages as well, as you can see here. In the table structure, I have the different tables that I'd like to choose for my package. There are additional rows that you can add to this package if you wanted to have more tables added during your export. So from left to right here, this is the table ID. If I choose this ellipses, this will pull up all the tables within Dynamics in the database. So if you have base functionality, base tables, or if you have customized pages or any type of extensions, ISVs that are deployed or implemented in this environment through the extension marketplace, they will also be here as well in case you want to export those tables. If I wanted to search for a particular table, I can use this search feature and type in account, for example, and it'll pull in all of the tables that are related to accounts. So for chart of accounts, for example, you'll want to export the table 15 for your chart of accounts. In the second field here, this is the name of the table that automatically populates once you choose the table that you want. In the dimensions as columns, this is if you're using additional segments aside from your natural GL account. So in your segment structure, if you're using department or projects or any other additional segments from your natural GL account, you'll want to choose this selectable field to enable this to your exported package. If you're not applying this for your table structure, if it doesn't apply, then you don't have to worry about this field. This column is really talking about if you're replacing what you already have in the database. So in this example, I have 49 records already in the database for the vendors table. I have 49 vendor records right now. If I wanted to delete this and refresh the whole table, I would choose this checkbox to make sure that it's enabling and replacing everything that's already there for this table. If I wanted to apply to what's already in the table itself and just add to it or update to it, I would just disable this as I currently have and not replace it altogether. The number of package records is kind of like a queue. When you are loading the data, it's showing you a preview of what's been loaded, but not applying it to the database just yet. So it's giving you the ability to review what you've loaded before you actually apply it to the database. The number of fields available is going to be for all the table fields. So for vendors, there's 107 fields just for the vendor table. I know it's a lot, but there's a lot to choose from here. And so what I've done is just selected the ones that I just want. I'm keeping it minimal, so that way I know exactly what data I want to bring over and then work with that structure only. However, if you wanted to choose everything and see all the fields and do an export of maybe Cronus data or sample data, you can choose Set Included, and it will enable every single field here from left to right, and it will choose those fields for export. Clearing Included is basically doing the opposite. It's clearing everything that's enabled and allowing you to choose and select only the fields that you want, as I've done here. In the fields included, these are only looking at the ones that I've included in here. You can see it's filtered just by the ones that I've selected. So it's just showing me a preview of that, what's going to come in my export. Package of errors we'll talk about in a moment once we do load some data. And then the number of records is currently showing what's already in the environment, in the company, the legal entity, just for my demo company. This is not going across your whole environment, by the way. This is just going specifically to the legal entity that you're in. So, if you have additional legal entities within your environment, it's only going for this particular company. And then you can see this is a preview of what's already here for now. As I scroll to the right, there's additional columns that I've personalized in my page to see. So if you wanted to see who loaded the data last, when it was loaded, and what time, it'll give you that information as well. But you can personalize this page to only the column fields that you want to see. I'm going to go ahead and export this package. So by doing that, we'll go to Excel and export to Excel. And because I only have one table selected, it's only going to export that one table. If you do have additional tables in this table structure here, you can choose only the rows that you want to export, or by default, you can choose, export the whole package, and it'll export all the tables for you, and it'll display the Excel file into those separate tabs for each table. So I'm going to go ahead and select yes, and it's going to download this file for me, which I'll go ahead and open up. So I have this file open, and I'm maybe going to make some edits to this. So if I have maybe some changes to the numbering, the unique numbering, or if I want to add another record, maybe let's do that one. I'll go ahead and insert a row and just add vendor as a unique name. Typically, you'll give it a more unique name. And we'll do vendor for today's date. And we'll put in details for this one. And maybe we'll put in a number in here. So payment method code, maybe we're doing this by check instead of ACH, and we'll just add a zip code in here. So I'm going to go ahead and save this file. It's already saved to my local drive. Let's go back to Business Central and import that package back in. So we'll do the same thing, just do import instead of export. It's going to ask me to load the file that I want. And it's always going to give you this preview screen. It's basically letting you know what it's reading from the file until it's actually going to import it. So if your file didn't have this table for this row, it's going to give you an error. It's not going to show this here. But if you're just importing maybe one tab or one table, even though your package may have multiple tables, it's only going to show what it's loading here. So it's giving you a preview as it's saying to import. And so now it's going to import that file. You'll see instead of the 49 that I originally had, I now have 50. And it's the queue that's sitting in here. It's not applied to the database yet, but it's going to add to it because I didn't say delete the whole record and replace it. The next step here is going to go ahead and apply to the database. So let's go ahead and do that. And that number will change now from what was showing as number of package records 0. It's in the background. We used to say 50, now it's saying 0. So one table has been processed, no errors were found. That's great to hear. And we'll click OK. And you can see now it's no longer in the queue. It's already been loaded and added. So if I click into here to see the preview of that, and maybe I want to search by vendor, we should see the one that I've created for today. So you can see that new records in here. You can also see it in the actual page, which is table 23, the actual page for vendors. And you'll see that in here as well, the dedicated page of everything. So that's all I wanted to show for today. You can't really break anything when it comes to sandbox environment and playing around with data migration packages. Definitely, I recommend to save your original exported file if you don't want to lose the data you originally had, in case you want to revert back, because it doesn't allow you here to revert back to a previous version once you do replace something. So just keep that in mind. And yeah, enjoy doing configuration packages. Reach out if you need anything. Thanks for watching. Bye.